Welcome to Game 2 of the Parkland Challenge 2018 on the fourth round. So far we know that St. Joe is going to be in our finals today, and either one of Mahomet or Salt Fork will be playing them. So let's meet the teams and we'll get started with our game.
Dawson Rogers, Jr.
Cade Bennett, Senior.
Tommy Thompson, Senior.
Olivia Argelinas, Senior.
Max Brannigan, Jr.
Preston Fisher, Senior.
Ben Dahl, Senior.
Tony Cosimini, Senior.
Nick Morrow, Jr.
Charles Bozell, Jr.
Carly Pogue, Jr.
Trinity Reeves, Jr.
Carolyn McHugh, Senior.
Okay, let's get started. In what type of engine is fuel ignited by the heat caused by compressing the air in the cylinder? Salt Fork, Tommy.
Four-stroke?
Not four-stroke. Can you guys confirm?
It's like a combustion engine.
Combustion engine?
No, diesel engine. Diesel engine. In which Shakespearean play is Viola shipwrecked off Mahomet, Tony?
Twelfth Night.
Twelfth Night, yes. What shoe is named after a man who was a basketball player and also a very successful shoe salesman? Mahomet Ben.
Air Jordan.
Not Air Jordan. You guys can confirm.
Just Jordans. I don't know. Sneakers.
An answer?
Jordans. I don't know.
Okay, it was Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor. What wonder of the ancient world was destroyed by arson the same night that Alexander the Great was born? Mahomet, Nick.
The Colossus Rhodes.
No, you guys can confirm.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
No, the Temple to Artemis. What was the purpose of the 23rd Amendment to the Constitution? Mahomet, tell me.
It gave the citizens of Washington, D.C. the right to vote.
Yes. In what Edgar Allan Poe story does an old man's oddly clouded eye, Mahomet Ben?
The Telltale Heart.
Telltale Heart, yes, his eye led to murder. To what plant family does the asparagus belong? Mahomet Ben.
The broccoli family.
Not the broccoli family. Can you confirm?
Root?
No, the lily family. What U.S. southwestern state capital was formally founded in 1610? Santa Fe, New Mexico. What hard candy is made by boiling butter and sugar together, often with other ingredients? Mahomet, Nick.
Butterscotch.
Not butterscotch. You guys can confirm. An answer?
Rock candy?
Toffee is what we're looking for. Which journalist covering the Blitz in World War II era London had the trademark closing "Good night and good luck"? It was Edward R. Murrow. Edward R. Murrow. Whisk, snuggle, cheer, gain, and tide are all types of what? Salt Fork, Cade.
Laundry detergent.
Laundry detergent is correct. In 1867, the United States purchased Alaska from what country? Mahomet, Tony.
Russia.
Russia is correct. What is an oven used for burning, baking, or drying pottery? Mahomet Ben.
A kiln.
Kiln is correct. In which year was Hawaii the 50th state admitted to the Union? Mahomet, Tony.
1959.
1959 is correct. Dan Emmett, who wrote Dixie, was the subject of a 1943 film called Dixie. What popular crooner who sang White Christmas played Emmett? Mahomet, Tony.
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby is correct. The Green Bay Packers won the first two Super Bowls in 1967 and 68. When did they win their third? Mahomet, Tony.
2011.
Not 2011. You guys can confirm?
2012.
No, it was 1997. What distant planet circles the sun every 84 years? Mahomet, Nick.
Neptune.
Not Neptune. You guys can confirm?
Uranus.
Uranus is correct, yes. The Okefenokee Swamp was the setting for what long-running comic strip about a possum and his friends that was created by Walt Kelly? The comic strip was called Pogo. Who was the leader of Egypt before Hosni Mubarak. Muhammad, Tony.
Sadat.
Anwar Sadat, yes. Name 3 of the 6 men's gymnastic events in the Olympics. Okay, we could have had floor exercise, horizontal, high bar, parallel bars, pommel horse, rings, and vault. According to Freud, which is the strongest in a healthy person? Is it the id, the ego, or the superego? Muhammad Ben.
Ego.
Ego is correct, yes. What event temporarily creates Black Rock City each year in the Nevada desert? Muhammad Ben.
Burning Man.
Burning Man is correct. What replica of the famous temple of ancient Greece would you find in Nashville, Tennessee? Muhammad Ben. Pardon?
That's me, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Parthenon.
Parthenon is correct, yes. What novel follows the protagonist Holden Caulfield? Muhammad Ben.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye is correct. What does the B stand for in Lyndon? Muhammad. Tony.
Baines.
Baines. Lyndon Baines Johnson. I almost said the answer. What Western state is probably less than thrilled to be known as the Vermin State? Muhammad. Nick.
Idaho.
Not Idaho. You guys can confirm?
Montana.
No, New Mexico apparently is the Vermin State. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which is for Muhammad.
This question is brought to you by the Natural Sciences Department. In a black hole, what term is used to describe the shell of points of no return, or the points at which the gravitational pull becomes so great as to make escape impossible, even for light?
Event horizon.
When referring to black holes, the term used to define the points of no return is event horizon.
Okay, let's finish up the first round. In what century did mathematicians first use plus and minus signs? Muhammad Ben.
I say 15th.
No, you guys can confirm?
16th.
16th is correct.
Really?
What 19th century Massachusetts educator is considered to be the founder of the U.S. public school system? Muhammad. Carly.
Man.
Man is correct, yes, Horace Mann. Yeah. 1970s television show Charlie's Angels was made into a movie in the year 2000. What 3 actresses portrayed the angels in that movie? That was Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu. Who was the Alabama governor who ran for president and was shot and paralyzed? It was George Wallace. Which fruit is also called the Chinese gooseberry? Oh, who buzzed in, Tony? Oh, who buzzed? Did you
Carly.
get- Oh, I was like.
Is it
Carly.
blackberry?
Not blackberry. You guys can confirm?
Cranberry.
The kiwi. Kiwi. What planet is named for the mythological father of Zeus? Salt Fork, tell me.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct. What Italian city is considered the fashion capital of the world? Muhammad, Tony.
Milan.
Milan is correct. In what state would you find the Fort King George, a colonial historic site? In what state would you find Fort King George? Salt Fork, tell me.
Pennsylvania.
Not Pennsylvania, you guys confirm?
Sure. New York.
Georgia.
Oh, that makes sense.
Who became the first person to break the sound barrier outside of a vehicle during a 24-mile skydive on Salt Fork, Tommy?
Felix Baumgartner.
Yes, Felix Baumgartner, 2012. In what year was the Chevrolet Chevelle first produced? Salt Fork, Tommy.
1967.
Not 67. You guys can confirm?
1968.
No, 1964. 1964.
wrong
The Museum of Cartoon Art is at White Plains in what northeastern state? Muhammad, Tony. Sorry.
Massachusetts.
Not Massachusetts. You guys can confirm?
New York.
Yes, White Plains, New York. What rose variety, a rich purplish red, has a patriotic name? Salt Fork Cape.
A Betsy Ross Rose?
Not a Betsy Ross. You guys confirm?
Sure. George Washington Rose.
No, the American Beauty. American Beauty. What appropriately named Florida town receives thousands of pieces of mail every Christmas sent by people wanting the town's postmark? Salt Fork Tommy.
Santa Claus?
No, you guys confirm?
North Pole.
No, Christmas, Florida. Christmas, Florida. What band are Mike D, MCA, and Ad Rock a part of? They are the Beastie Boys. What celestial bodies were once known as hairy stars? Muhammad Bet.
Nebula.
Not nebula. You guys confirm?
Red Dwarfs?
Comets. What late night talk show host's production company was called Worldwide Pants? Muhammad Carter.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Not Jimmy Kimmel. You guys can confirm?
Stephen Colbert?
No, it was David Letterman's. What is the imposition of direct military control of normal civilian functions of government, especially in response to a temporary emergency, such as an invasion? Mohammed Ben.
Martial law.
Martial law, yes, in an occupied territory. According to his quote, who never met a man he didn't like? That was Will Rogers. Will Rogers. What was the actual title of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa? Muhammad Carter.
La Joconde.
Yes. What planet boasts the moons Callisto, Europa, and Salt Fork Tommy?
Jupiter?
Jupiter is correct. America's oldest English colony, founded in Virginia, has nothing remaining but a church tower. What was the name? Salt Fork Tommy.
Jamestown?
Pardon?
Jamestown?
Jamestown is correct. Settled in 1607. What is the mascot for the University of Wisconsin? Muhammad Tony.
Badger.
Badger is correct. Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our lightning round right after this.
Taking dual credit in high school pays off when you don't have to take an extra class in college.
I love the challenge. I feel great about getting college credit in high school.
Okay, after one round, Mahomet-Seymour 200, Salt Fork 80. Let's see if the scores change a little bit in the lightning round. The term déjà vu comes from what language? Muhammad Tony.
French.
French is correct. What sea mammal's oil was burned in colonial Muhammad Trinity?
Wales.
Wales is correct. Colonial lamps. What 1919 event killed more people than World War I? Muhammad Tony.
Spanish flu.
Yes, Spanish influenza. Who dropped their hair down from a tower? Muhammad Ben.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel is correct. What city was the site of the last Moorish kingdom in Spain? Muhammad Tony.
Granada.
Granada is correct. What Major League Baseball team was once in Montreal? Salt Fork what?
Expos.
Expos is correct. How many U.S. states have exactly 4 letters in their spelling? It's 3 of them: Iowa, Utah, and Ohio. What is a group of rhinoceroses called? Muhammad Ben.
Crash.
A crash is correct. What cabinet division administers the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms? This is the Department of Treasury. What political figure did Fidel Castro overthrow to assume power? Muhammad Tony.
Batista.
Batista, yes. Power over Cuba. What river runs through Baghdad? Muhammad Tony.
Euphrates.
Not Euphrates, the Tigris River. What B word is an anchored float serving as a navigation mark? Muhammad Tony.
Buoy.
Buoy is correct. What is the name of the Pope inducted in 2013? Muhammad Tony.
Pope Francis.
Francis is correct. What military man had a much less famous cousin named Mudwall? It was Stonewall Jackson. Which NFL team overcame a 25-point deficit to win the 2017 Super Bowl? Salt Fork White.
Patriots.
New England Patriots is correct. Who was the first woman ever appointed to the Supreme Court? Mohammed Ben.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Sandra Day O'Connor is correct. The nation's oldest seaside resort is in New Jersey, but it isn't Atlantic City. What city is it? Cape May. Cape May is what we're looking for. What was the acronym used for the mobile hospitals pioneered in World War II? Salt Fork Tommy.
MASH.
MASH is correct, yes. Mobile Central Hospital. John Witherspoon was the only clergyman to sign which noted American document? Muhammad Tony.
Declaration of Independence.
Yes. If you run a 5-kilometer race to the nearest whole number, how many miles is that? Muhammad Tony.
3.
3 is right. 3.1 to be exact. Okay, that's the end of our lightning round. Pretty good one. We'll tally up our scores and be back with our final round right after these brief messages.
I'm enrolled in the dual credit AYES program. I'm currently taking electronic control and advanced engine performance and chassis electrical systems. Tell your friends about dual credit. It's a great program.
Okay, very good lightning round from Mahomet. They lead 310 to Salt Fork's 110. Let's get back to the last round of our game. When California became a state in 1850, what was the closest neighboring state? Muhammad Ben.
Texas.
Texas, yes. It was about 1,000 miles away. Who was appointed as the first Postmaster General by the Continental Congress? Salt Fork Tommy.
Franklin.
Yes, Ben Franklin is correct. Solo, a Star Wars story, is a film based on the early years of Han Solo's life. Who directs this film? Muhammad Nick.
J.J. Abrams.
Not J.J. Abrams. You guys can refer?
We call ourselves fans.
What's this in this spell?
An answer?
It's not Spielberg.
Nothing? Okay, it's Ron Howard. Excuse me. This jazz great played the trumpet and had albums like Kind of Blue, Muhammad Ben.
Miles Davis.
Miles Davis, yes. The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States from which country? Muhammad Nick.
France.
France is correct. Fort Donelson in Tennessee was the site of a Union general's demand for unconditional and immediate surrender. What future president, Muhammad Nick?
Grant.
Grant is correct. If you ran 4 back-to-back marathons, how far would you have gone? Oh, Nick.
104 miles.
Yes, correct.
Jeez.
Cowboy singer Gene Autry introduced what luminous animal to American Christmas? Muhammad Nick.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is correct. What Pennsylvania town was wiped out when the South Fork Dam broke in 1889? That was Johnstown. Working for Walt Disney, cartoonist Ub Iwerks drew what famous character? Muhammad Nick.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is correct. In the fairy tale of the 3 little pigs, what were the 3 things their houses? Salt Fork Tommy.
Straw, sticks, and bricks.
Straw, sticks, and bricks, yes. This word describes usually an animal in a wild state, especially after escape from captivity or domestication. Salt Fork Tommy.
Feral.
Feral is correct. What Champaign, Illinois company distributes Mathematica? Muhammad Nick.
Wolfram.
Wolfram, yes, Wolfram Research. What attractive summer flower of many colors is the center of an annual festival in Santa Cruz, California? Salt Fork Tommy.
Marigolds.
Not marigolds. You guys prefer?
Sure. Chrysanthemums.
No, begonias. Begonias. What do you call the little bits of paper left over when holes are punched in data cards? Muhammad Tony.
Chads.
Chads is correct. Who helped Clarice Starling in the 1991 movie Muhammad Tony?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter, yes. Silence of the Lambs. Which least populous U.S. state, now nicknamed the Equality State? Muhammad Nick.
Wyoming.
Wyoming, yes. First state to give women the right to vote. Where did diarist Anne Frank die in 1945? Muhammad Nick.
In Nazi Germany.
More specific.
Dang it. Belgium.
No, you guys can confer.
Was it a Nazi camp? Did she die in a Nazi camp?
I don't think though.
Berlin.
You need to be more specific. It's more than just that.
East Berlin?
Oh, I thought you said, never mind. It's Bergen-Belsen concentration camps. What nation did the U.S. hockey team beat in the finals of its improbable gold medal run at Lake Placid in 1980? Mohammed.
USSR?
No, you guys can confer?
Canada.
No, it was Finland. They beat the USSR in the game before the finals. What state was President Ronald Reagan born in? Mohammed, Tony.
California.
Not California. You guys can confer?
Illinois.
Illinois is correct, yes. What belting Broadway singer, whose initials are E.M., titled her 1956 autobiography, Salt Fork, Olivia?
Liza Minnelli?
Not Liza Minnelli, no. Finish it for you guys. Titled her autobiography, Who Could Ask for Anything More? Okay, Ethel Merman. Ethel Merman. That's who we were looking for. What ailment is also known as German measles? Mohammed, Nick.
Mumps.
Not mumps. You guys can confer?
Chickenpox?
Rubella. Rubella. Which novelist of Westerns went by his middle name since his given first name was Pearl? Novelist of Westerns. Mohammed, Ben.
Bret Hart.
Not Bret Hart. You guys can confer? Zane Grey. What is the name of the personalized online characters chosen by users to represent themselves? Mohammed, tell me.
Avatar.
Avatar, right, in a virtual world. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which is for Salt Fork.
This question is brought to you by the Natural Sciences Department. Now that Pluto is no longer designated a planet, what is the Greek name of the now smallest planet in our solar system?
You said it was the smallest. I think Mercury's smaller. Hermes? Hermes?
With Pluto no longer being designated as a planet, Mercury became the new smallest planet. In Greek mythology, Mercury can be referred to as Hermes, the Olympic god in Greek religion and mythology, and the son of Zeus.
Okay, good job with the video question. Let's finish up our game. An octopus has 8 tentacles. How many does its relative, the squid, have? Mohammed, Ben.
10.
10 is correct, yes. Name the musical that contains the song Old Man River. The musical is Showboat. What city is the capital of the country Turkey? Mohammed, Tony.
Ankara.
Ankara is correct. What government building did Vietnam War protesters attempt to levitate in 1967? It was the Pentagon. It didn't work. What is the unit of speed equivalent to 1 nautical mile per hour? Salt Fork, Tommy.
Not.
Not is correct. What proper name is spelled unusually with a single N, both on the Liberty Bell and in the U.S. Constitution? Salt Fork, Tommy.
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania is correct. That's the capital. It's not. So, good job. Which New England state's constitution is the oldest written constitution still in effect? Mohammed, Tony.
Connecticut.
Not Connecticut.
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts is correct. This group of characters includes Beast, Angel, Cyclops, Gambit, Mohammed, Tony.
X-Men.
X-Men, yes. Iceman. What power ballad played during the last moments of the series finale of The Sopranos? Mohammed, Tony.
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing by the band Journey. What western state capital has a stunning gold room adorned with gold from the state's mines? Salt Fork, Tommy.
Sacramento?
Not Sacramento. Sorry.
Carson City.
Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City. The Great Smoky Mountains have the Smoky Mountains Passion Play, whose subject is Jesus. Who's the subject of the companion play, Damascus Road? That was the Apostle Paul. What does the myo mean in myocardial? Salt Fork, tell me.
Muscle.
Muscle is correct. What river flows through Rockford, Illinois? Mahomet, tell me.
Illinois River.
Not the Illinois River. You guys can confirm?
Wabash.
The Rock River. In Galveston, Texas, you can see Dickens on the Strand with Yuletide representations of characters from what famous Christmas book? Mahomet, Ben.
A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol is correct. What is the name of the last word uttered by Napoleon? What name was the last word uttered by Napoleon? Mahomet, Tony.
Josephine.
Josephine is correct. What is the name of the membrane between the middle ear and the ear canal? Mahomet, Ben.
The eardrum.
Eardrum is correct. Who was the first Democrat since FDR to be re-elected to the U.S. presidency? Mahomet, Tony.
Clinton.
Yes, Bill Clinton. Which Serbian-American inventor did not receive full credit for the invention of the radio? Mahomet, Tony.
Tesla.
Tesla, yes, until after his death in 1943. In Greek mythology, who is the goddess of the rainbow? Mahomet, Tony.
Iris.
Iris is correct. What two-word term is defined as the lowest possible temperature? Mahomet, Tony.
Absolute zero.
Absolute zero is correct. What famous news channel has its headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia? Salt Fork, Kate.
CNN.
CNN is correct. What is a fleshy piece of tissue hanging down over your tongue towards the back? Mahomet, Nick.
Uvula.
Uvula is correct, the back of your mouth. What is the Jules Rimet Trophy, which was stolen in England in 1966? The Jules Rimet Trophy. Mahomet, Tony.
Is that the trophy for Wimbledon?
No, not the trophy. You guys confirm? Need an answer? It's a trophy for soccer's World Cup. Who wrote Fish and Visitors Smell in 3 days? Mahomet, Nick.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin is correct. For which The Lord of the Rings film did Peter Jackson win a Best Director Oscar? Mahomet, Tony.
Return of the King.
Return of the King is correct. What's a tibia? Mahomet, Ben.
It's one of the bones in your lower leg.
Yes, correct. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up our score and tell you who's moving on to face St. Joe right after this. Okay, in our second game today, Mahomet defeats Salt Fork, which means that they'll play St. Joe Ogden in our championship game, which is coming up right after this.